Alright, welcome to diagramming lesson 3, prepositional phrases today. Prepositional phrases: over the river, through the woods, under the table, on the stove, around the house. Remember, those are prepositional phrases. They always have a preposition: on, around, under, beyond, and they have an object of the preposition, which will always be a noun. Let's take a look at this example. The clouds over the house floated away. Aha, there's our preposition over the house. There's our object of the preposition. So, it's good to identify prepositional phrases so we don't confuse the true subject of the verb. For example, floated is the verb here, but we have house and clouds. In this case, common sense says the house doesn't float, but sometimes that's confusing. So we identify the prepositional phrase here and we can determine that the clouds floated. So let's draw our baseline, and the subject is clouds, so it goes on this side of the dividing line, and our verb goes on the other side. So remember that articles, a, and the, are helping to describe or tell more about a subject. So in this case, we're going to put it right here because modifiers go under the words that they modify. And floated away. This one is an adverb. It's adding information to the verb by saying where the action happened. Away. They floated where? They floated away. So we're going to put that under the verb because it modifies that verb. That leaves us with the prepositional phrase. How do we diagram one? It's really not that difficult. Prepositional phrases, you will find, always act as modifiers. They really always act as either adjectives or adverbs. Take a look. The clouds over the house. Here we're describing what clouds? The clouds over the road? No. The clouds over the house. So, since it's giving us more information about the noun here, clouds, we're going to say that it's acting like an adjective. So we're going to put it under here. We're going to put the preposition over, and the object of the preposition, house. Why? Because the is actually modifying house, if you think about it. So we put that right like this. Let's try another example. Alright, in this second example, I mixed things up a little bit for you. This time, the clouds floated over the house. I changed things around. Let's take a look. Let's draw our baseline and our dividing line between subject and verb. Okay. Floated is the verb. And who or what is doing the verb here? Clouds again. We know it's the clouds. And they floated over the house. Last time, the clouds over the house floated somewhere. It was being used as an adjective. This time, over the house is a prepositional phrase that's telling where the action of the verb takes place. And now, the prepositional phrase is acting adverbially. So we're going to put it under the verb. We start with the preposition, over, and we draw a straight line out, house, and of course the is once again modifying what house? The house. So, there you have it. Alright, this is fun actually because we're going to put it all together from lessons 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now, let's take a look at this, drawing our baseline and our dividing line between subject and verb. Okay, where is the verb in this sentence? An action in this case. It's hit. So, who or what hit? The player. And we will go ahead and put the under player. What was hit? What receives the object of that verb? Okay? It's the ball. And remember, this is the important part. If we have a direct object, we're going to put that line straight up and down, but not past the line. That's one of the most important things to remember because it confuses people. Okay, so the player hit the ball, and here we have preposition, over the fence. Now, is it acting as an adjective or an adverb? Is it helping to describe a noun, or is it helping to tell where the action took place? In this case, it's telling where the ball was hit. So, we go just like this. Over, here's the object of the preposition. It's a noun, fence, and the modifies it. So, the player hit the ball over the fence. Just like that. Let's try one more. Okay, this is the final example, and if you can stay with me on this, you're doing very well. Let's put it all together. The boy in the race felt proud. Baseline. Dividing line between subject and verb. So, the boy in the race felt proud. What is our verb here? Now this is being used as a noun. You can race someone, but in this case it's the race. So that's a noun. That's out. Felt. Okay. So who or what felt? The race isn't what felt because here's a preposition. So this is a prepositional phrase. We can eliminate that from the competition. So it must be the boy. The boy, and there's the boy felt what? He felt proud. But now, is that a direct object? No, because this is one of those linking verbs. This one describes a state of being more than an action. So, when we have something like that, when we do not have a direct object, we know we have a subjective complement. So we're going to make that line swing back to point at the subject. And sure enough, this is what is called a predicate adjective. It's saying it's the proud boy, the big boy, the tall boy, the proud boy. It's just an adjective that's being linked by a linking verb. It happens after the verb. That's why we call it predicate adjective. Pretty big terminology for a fairly simple idea. Now, prepositional phrase, where do we put it? The boy in the race felt proud. Is this an adjective or an adverb? Is it talking about how he felt? It's doing nothing with the verb, so we can say it has to be an adjective. And it's true. What boy? Well, the boy in the race. The proud boy, the tall boy, the boy in the race. So, sure enough, it modifies boy as an adjective. We're going to put it right here. Preposition goes here. The object of the preposition goes here. It's always a noun. And the. And now I have a few questions for you. Thank you very much. I'll see you in class.